right. So we can't swear anymore according to YouTube. In the first 30 seconds.
Was it 30 seconds or a minute?
What's the rule now?
I don't know. I don't follow it.
I thought it was in general.
Oh no, guys, we got demonetized. Oh no, the penny we could have gotten.
The whole penny. The whole Poke dollar.
Ah, jeez.
Poke yen. Did you know they actually use the yen symbol in the Japanese versions of the game?
Oh,
really?
That's cool.
I also found out in the Legends of Arceus, if you put it in English, it gives you the gibberish language. But if you actually do it in Japanese, all the other ones are actually in the actual Japanese language.
I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kind of a cop out. I kind of wish they just had that in the English version as well. But you know what? Whatever. Whatever. All right, so we're going to be talking about Johto this time. The voice you're hearing right now is Hector.
The voice you're hearing right now is Devin. I thought you were going to go. It scared me.
I thought I was going to go second too, but I'm Derek.
That's the third guy.
And what about you, fourth person?
It'll get back to us.
Just tied up in a chair.
Cut this out, Felix IRL. But... First impressions of Pokemon Johto. Obviously, this is kind of the consensus that Generation 2 is extremely lumped together with Gen 1.
Yeah, of course.
Even to the point where I think people who only watched the anime when they were like 5 or 6 and then grew out of Pokemon probably still would assume that Gen 1 and 2 are the same thing.
Yeah, I could buy that. I could totally believe that as... like that hypothetical person thinking that.
Yeah.
Because it's really like Johto is kind of derivative of Kanto. It's right next to it. A lot of Pokemon of Johto are just Kanto Pokemon.
Yeah.
Most of the gym leaders don't use Johto Pokemon, which is really startling.
Half.
There's like 4 Johto Pokemon the gym leaders use. It's kind of startling.
Wow.
Yeah.
Like that's really bad.
Yeah.
It's really bad.
Like I feel like that's probably the most damning thing about Johto is just it just doesn't feel unique in and of itself. And I guess some people would say like, but what about the ancient Japanese kind of stuff they do? And that's certain towns, and fair enough.
That's a corner of Johto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, geez, we're already shitting on Johto and we haven't even finished our first impressions. Derek, what are your first impressions of Johto?
Oddly enough, my first impressions with Johto actually came far after Gen 1 and 3 because the first game that I actually played for Gen 2 was Heart Gold and Soul Silver, which at the time was my favorite Pokemon game. Kid you not. But it also helped that when you played the game, you're able to transfer over Pokemon from the GBA game into the DS cartridge.
Yeah.
So basically my entire lineup for going through Heart Gold and Soul Silver was my Hoenn lineup.
Oh, that's cute.
It was, and like it's really neat to have like that kind of like versatility.
Yes.
Having flexibility. Thank you. In order to have like different Pokemon, considering exactly what you said, where it's like when you start the game off, it's just merely all Kanto Pokemon and like 1, maybe 2 Johto Pokemon that you find here and there.
Yeah, and the Johto Pokemon you start at the beginning is like Hoot or Sentry.
Which are all ass. And that you just literally won't use.
I wouldn't even say they're ass, they're just kind of... they're alright.
They're there.
So, if you heard our Kanto rant before, we... none of us started out with Pokemon Gold or Silver. It tended to be one of the Gen 3 games. I ended up coming back to Crystal after I played, I believe, like Diamond or something. Crystal didn't leave a good impression on me because I got lost in the maps, so I didn't really like the game that much. But I was a kid at that point. However, we've all played Heart Gold and Soul Silver, I believe. And
I played Crystal myself as well.
There we go. And I think that's the only exposure we've had to Gen 2 as a region.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just Crystal or Gold and Silver or Heart Gold. So I can't think of anything else that has Johto.
Yeah, Johto.
There's no Let's Go Johto. Not yet.
Not yet.
I still think that's going to be the next remake.
It's possible.
I could see it. I could totally see it.
And honestly, it could beat it.
Yeah.
Especially if they do like a Let's Go version of just Johto Kanto. Like, fuck it, man. Do it. Not a Let's Go, an Arceus version or like a, whatever.
A Pokemon Legend Celebi?
Or Mew?
They actually do have a
Mew and Celebi?
No, they have a teaser trailer out for Celebi. It looks fantastic.
I thought that was a fan thing.
Yeah, it's a fan trailer.
Oh,
It looks fantastic, but it's like as much as much as it is a fan thing, I also want it more than Arceus.
Yeah.
Because Combustion gets another evolution.
Well, who knows? They might just do like, here's some 3 random ones.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So keep in mind that most of our views are going to mostly be coming from Hard Gold, and we might be bringing up Crystal here and there.
I want to talk about my experience with Crystal.
Yeah, actually, that's interesting. I never heard it.
Back in the day, I don't know how long ago.
Back in my day,
I bought Crystal on Swap Meet for $1.
That's a good price.
It's a good deal.
Yeah.
And I really liked it. I loved Crystal. It's just something about it really resonated with me. And I've heard like some years back being like, I don't know about Johto, guys. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Crystal's great. Heart Gold made that statement way more sense to me.
Was that?
We'll get to
Okay.
Before we go into that, do you think this only applies to Hard Gold and Soul Silver, or do you think this applies to Gen 2 as a blanket?
It probably applies to Gen 2 too. I just really like the Crystal when I played it as a little baby gray.
Okay. Because to be fair, I love Hard Gold the first time I played it.
Yeah.
Like, absolutely loved it. And that was, I think, my first actual exposure to Gen 2. Because Crystal, I've only played so little of it that I kind of abandoned it. But I've actually played all throughout the whole thing in Hard Gold. And I loved it at first.
I remember getting my my Heart Gold copy stolen when I was in middle school, and I was absolutely heartbroken about it because that was a cartridge that had the oldest Blaziken I ever had. And so not only was it like something that was stolen from me personally, it was also like a memento that was stolen from me, and it's like, I hate that so much.
That sucks.
To some guy, it was probably like $60. Cool.
Yeah, exactly. Like, now I could trade this for like $5 in lunch money.
Play Call of Duty. Call of Duty.
I want to play Halo.
But beyond that, yeah. So just keep in mind that's where we're all coming from. Sorry, we're not Gen 2 losers, but let's get into it.
I also played Pokemon Gold, but there was one issue about that. I couldn't save. The saving just didn't work. I think like it was a cartridge thing, like the battery just.
I see. Yeah.
But I could save on Crystal, so that's why I love Crystal.
Okay. But Crystal's a better game.
I don't know.
It is.
I don't know if there's too much of a difference between Gold and Heart Gold, or like the remakes, unless I'm missing something.
Between the remakes, there's a lot different.
Oh, go on.
Well, how about we just get, I guess, straight into it altogether. Do we want to start with the Pokemon, or do we want to start out with the differences?
Considering I don't know the differences, that would kind of help, like, catch me up.
Okay, besides the graphics, which is
for fuck's sake,
the obvious big one.
I mean, like, if there was any difference story-wise.
Story-wise, there were extra tidbits in Heart Gold.
No, I mean, like, if there was anything like drastic changes, for why, like, Heart Gold and Soul Silver would be any different from the original original Gold and Silver.
There's the Pokewalker.
Yeah, I mean, it hits the same story beats, but there's obviously more mechanics on it. I mean, including to the Pokemon telephone and shit, and you can walk with your Pokemon.
Yeah.
The whole Pokolathon, bit entirely. How easy it is to actually arrange your Pokemon into PC, which was always my problem with fucking Crystal back in the day. Stuff like that.
I was more or less like questioning why you were like so apologetic that we were only going through Heart Gold and Soul Silver instead of the original Gold and Silver, considering it in my eyes it's just the same game.
Okay.
It just looks better.
Just some people might be, about it.
Oh, okay.
But just I guess just to clarify.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Besides that, how about we just get into the Pokemon? I like to play the.
Yeah.
All right. I guess let's start out the gate. Do you guys like Gen 2 as for the Pokemon in general?
Like, I like Kanto Pokemon, but I'm just doing this as like to set the ground.
I like how it's not even answering the question.
No, I'm setting up.
Like, it's such a me thing to do.
So I'm sorry.
It's like, do you like this? I mean, I don't not like this.
I like Kanto Pokemon, but I don't love them. Johto's under that.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of Pokemon, I look at them like, I don't care. Like, Noctowl, Ferret. They're kind of cute and they're kind of cool, but I don't care. Amipom, don't care.
Sandler.
Stantler, don't
yeah.
give a shit. Not to say there's no good Pokemon. There's Heracross, Scizor,
Mischievous. Tyranitar.
Skarmory.
Skarmory's pretty good.
Houndoom. Tyranitar.
Didn't we always say that?
Tyranitar again.
I mean, Tyranitar's really cool.
But you also have to understand that Tyranitar, like, it's hurt by its fucking mid evolution, which it dies at mid. Which I hate. I think everyone hates Pupitar.
Mid evolutions are whatever.
Yeah.
They're the ones I have to remember the least.
You have Steelix, Ampharos.
Mid evolutions are allowed to be as bad as they want.
Crobat, my boy.
Crobat.
Yep.
Espeon, Umbreon.
Are we Fortress stands? Am I the only one? Fortress?
I like Fortress.
I
don't love Fortress, but I like it.
I think there's a better version of Fortress in Gen 5. But,
Agreed.
I still think Fortress is cool though.
Yeah.
Good old Shuckle.
Shuckle, great.
Shuckle my cuckle.
Yes.
You know what? Why didn't we start with this? Let's just talk about the starters.
I think Cyndaquil to this day is one of the cutest Pokemon ever created.
Yes, I have a friend that really loves Cyndaquil. I personally love. I mean, I like Chikorita a lot.
Chikorita grew on me. It definitely did. I think Totodile cute, but I think Gen 9 did it better.
Yeah.
Go on.
A lot of the Gen 2 Pokemon I don't think are bad, but they don't leave that wow impression like Kanto Pokemon did, or the stars did for me.
Yeah, I think
I'm not blown away by them.
That's fair.
Like, I don't think like the Gen 2 stars are bad. They're just kind of there, which that's how I feel like about the Kanto, the Johto Pokédex is. It's neat, I guess.
Yeah.
Like I look at Typhlosion's like that's kind of cool.
I think all the pre-evolution. Can we say that we like all the pre-evolutions?
Yeah.
I mean, Croconaut's a crime against humanity.
Yeah.
Well, not the mid-evolutions, the pre-evolutions.
The first ones.
Oh,
The starter, yeah.
I like
all three, I think.
I think the anime really helped me like Totodile.
Yes.
Yeah, all three of them are pretty good.
Mid-evolutions,
I do think Bailey and Kulava are better.
I think
Croconaut died. I don't know what happened.
You know what's the funniest thing about Croconaut? So, Totodile evolves, I think, at 18 to Croconaut, and then evolves to Fralgator at 30. Really makes it funny being like they wanted to cover up the mistake as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's only 12 levels with Croconaut.
Yeah. It needs a little less, but yeah, I can understand wanting to get away from that mess.
But yeah, out of all three forms, I think Quilava's technically my favorite.
Quilava's pretty good.
I know. I'm always the outlier with this one, but I think its design looks better when it uses like the whole flame gimmick, where it gets the mohawk and then also the tail.
Yeah, I think Quilava does that better than the Typhlosion.
Yeah, where like Typhlosion's cool because it just gets like the neck thing, but I don't know. I'm not a huge fan. I guess we'll just get into this one later, but the what's
I like Bailey.
Bayleaf's great.
Bayleaf's probably the best of the three.
Again, for the anime made me love Bayleaf. It's really good.
Wasn't it weird and wanted to fuck Ash?
Yes.
That's okay. When people say that, do they mean? God damn it!
Some mean it.
The smuttiest fucking podcast. I swear to God.
Yes.
But
It's too late.
We're 30 seconds out.
It's all right. We can always cut the shit out.
Never.
But
Yeah, cut that out.
but like, was there actual shit that implied that Bayleaf wanted to fuck Ash, or was it always fan interpretation?
I think it was kind of a thing where Bayleaf just really liked Ash.
Yeah.
Okay. And I think
But
that's true.
as filthy, degenerate adults, we assume that means fucking.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
We're just broken people, or
Yeah.
of a broken society. My God.
Did it ever, did it ever imply that the Chikorita was female? Did Ash ever say she in the anime?
I don't know, but Chikorita looks feminine, so
It also sounded effeminate. It was also voiced by a woman.
I mean, Ash is voiced by a woman.
I know.
It's always
Ash will always be a woman in my eyes.
It's always the weird starter thing of 12 to 80 to 88%.
Yeah.
Right.
It's always that weird thing. I don't know why it isn't just 50-50, but
Maybe Ash got lucky with
I
this
think
one.
I've heard it because it's harder to breed.
yes, yeah.
I think that's the reason why they have that particular percentage.
But was it always like that in the original?
I don't know.
Because gold and silver was the introduction to breeding in the first place.
I'm actually not sure.
So how was the percentages at that point?
It could have been 50-50. I actually don't know.
I want to look at that up later.
But okay, and enough about Bailey fucking.
I mean,
Going on to the last evolutions, where I think it's usually the one where people have the most impressions on starters.
yeah, of course.
Yeah,
at least
'cause
It's
that's
the
what
first and then
line
the last one, because the last one's the one that you get to see the most.
Yes. The first one's the first you see, and the last one is just the one you see the most now.
is. So, I felt Typhlosion for me is like Milk, where I really liked it at first, but then it kind of like, I don't know, it didn't look as good as more time went on.
I kind of agree with you because I used to really love Typhlosion.
I still like Typhlosion's
I
design.
Not to say I dislike it now. I'm like,
Believe
it's kind of cool.
With Legends of Arceus, it's probably my least favorite of the newer designs.
I do think its new design's better because at least it adds personality because it's kind of droopy.
I get that. I still like the idea of it, like considering it's a fire type. I liked it more as like a hyperactive, like. What is it again? It's a rodent.
Some kind of ferret, I don't know.
Yeah, it's like a weasel or something.
Probably a weasel.
Yeah, but I liked it being more like hyperactive, where it's like, oh, it's eruptive, and now it's like it's so sleepy because it's dead inside, and I'm like, oh, I relate with that, but I like the other one more.
But yeah. So Typhlosion has always been the weirdest one for me as far as how I felt. Feraligatr is weird. I like Feraligatr as a meme, but that's about it.
I like its face.
Yeah.
And apparently it has a freaking dumpy. From what everyone's talking about.
Don't worry about it.
What the okay.
Yeah, apparently Feraligator's got a dump truck.
Jesus Christ, fellas.
Yeah.
But otherwise, yeah, no, Feraligatr has no association with me.
No.
Feraligatr doesn't do anything for me. It kind of looks funny, and that's about it.
I think Meganium really depends on the interpretation of what the game is like kind of making them out to be, because if you look at maybe like the middle stuff like Hard Gold, they look very, very plain. Meanwhile, like in the old art, it looks a little more whimsical with the kind of like that watermark art style that Pokemon used to have.
Yeah.
And I think in Pokemon Snap, it really radiates a lot of color with that flower.
It really needs the color for the flower, considering it's the focal point of the design.
Yeah, it's the only thing that has like anything besides like green.
Yeah. Which oddly enough, it just becomes green.
I do kind of wish, because it's very clearly meant to be the defensive Pokemon. I kind of wish they went harder.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, it does learn Body Slam, which ironically is a good defensive move when you think about the thing about paralysis.
It also learns Reflect. I learned that because fucking your rival uses that a lot on you. Fucking asshole. Prick.
Fuck Silver.
But yeah, you know, I guess also people kind of complain about the. This is a larger problem than just Meganium, but the other two as well, where they are just single typing.
Yeah, monotype.
Yeah.
Yeah, which doesn't really open a lot of doors for, you know, that flexibility of move pools.
That's fair, but I've actually come to like single typings just because, yeah, it doesn't have like an open move pool, but it also doesn't get hurt by everything. Like it also lowers the amount of weaknesses that it has.
Unless you're grass.
I know. But oh my god, it's another grass poison. That makes 15. Let's go.
Oh boy, more weaknesses.
Yep. As soon as they started to move away from the whole freaking grass poison thing, it really started to help it. But that was like Gen 3 onward.
It's unfortunate Meganium. Well, I guess it's better that it's just grass and just poison. Grass and poison is actually a pretty bad combo.
Yes, very much so.
Yeah.
I don't think it blocks anything, does it? Like, if it was already grass, I think it just gets more weaknesses.
It's just grass.
Yeah, I think it gets a weakness to like
Psychic.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's definitely
Psychic,
the biggest one.
ground.
I guess well now it's just neutralized.
Yeah, I think it's neutral because grass resists ground, I believe. I don't know. I have to look. I always get confused because I have to look at like the type setup matchup and be like, what? How does this work again? There's so many.
Yeah.
There is.
And it does help that Gen 2 introduces Steel and Dark. I segued perfectly to that.
Oh boy.
The best kind of segue is the segue that you point out.
Yeah, of course.
So,
Speaking of segues.
other thoughts? Any closing thoughts on the starter before we move on from them?
They're kind of cool, but they also kind of die at mid for me.
Yeah. All right. You guys want to talk about any of the other Pokemon? Yeah, we only talked about the good. How about let's talk about Johto wrongs.
Let's talk about all the babies.
Yeah, the baby Pokemon.
The little
One of the most
babies.
useless kind of. It's a fucking gimmick.
We got Magby, Elekid, Smoochum,
Oh,
Cleffa, Igglybuff,
Tyrogue.
Tyrogue.
They were meant to sell more plushes.
Please. Johto's literally like, oh god, please don't make me marketable plushes. Just 30,000.
Like the only one I'm okay with is Togepi, because it's like, at least it was introduced like its evolution.
Yeah.
Not like one that's just like retroactively like, oh, Magmar is not actually seeing evolution. It's an evolution. Yeah, totally.
You know, this is moving on a little more from moving maybe to Gen 4, but I kind of preferred it in Gen 4 where like they looked at Roselia and they're like, let's give her a pre-evolution and evolution.
Yeah, if it's
Yeah.
I think that really helped it.
yeah, I mean at least
Except for the pre-evolution.
at least
'cause-
with Tyrogue, they introduced Hitmontop.
yeah.
For what that's worth, although
Yeah.
Tyrogue's also a baby to like Hitmonchan or Lee, and it's also convoluted evolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, at least Tri-Rogues are easier to get now. I guess Hitmonlees and Hitmonchan are easier to get.
Yeah.
But for it's people don't usually pick Hitmonlee or Chan for their go-to fighting type Pokemon, especially like in Gen 2, where now they have access to like Machamp a lot more easily,
Yeah.
Yeah, or Heracross.
or Heracross for that matter.
Heracross kicks ass.
Damn, was there no other fighting type besides those two?
Poliwrath.
Oh yeah, Poliwrath.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one that everyone forgets.
Yeah, the one I forget that's also fighting.
Yeah.
Poliwhirl's better. Oh yeah, they introduced Slowking in this gen. How
And
could I forget?
Politoed.
And Politoed, but Slowking's better.
I know.
Slow King's a champ.
Goddamn, yeah.
I wish I was wearing pants.
Classic.
Oh, we can finally talk about the movies.
Yeah, the movies.
Let's talk about that in a minute.
We'll talk about the Pokemon later. No more. They'll come up. I'm pretty sure they'll come up when we complain about the gameplay.
Yeah.
I like the movies.
I love the movies.
What is it? Is it Lugia? It's Entei, and what else? Did it have something else?
The Suicune and Celebi one.
Right. Wait, wasn't Celebi fucking Gen 3?
Oh.
No, I don't know.
There's the reason why
It's-
for Gen 2 you have the event for going back in time.
Okay.
It's been over a decade since I've seen those movies, so I couldn't tell you.
I like the Entei one a lot. It was my first movie, and I think it's still the best movie.
What is that one?
The Entei one's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Probably one of the better ones for sure.
I remember.
Because it actually has like a emotional depth to it, and you're like, oh man, oof, this little girl, I feel her.
It looks like some fucking fuck. What's the company for Spirited Away? Ghibli.
Ghibli.
It's got a huge Ghibli fucking like background art to it that I always appreciated.
It's literally Pokemon 3, the movie.
Wow.
The one with Entei. It's Pokemon, the first movie from Mewtwo, then Pokemon the movie 2000, Pokemon 3 the movie, and then Pokemon Forever has Celebi and Suicune, and then it's Pokemon Heroes.
Which is the Latias, right?
Yes.
That's Gen 3 though.
Yes. And then we'll get to those.
So we're spilling to those.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest. Even all I can really say is that I like those movies. I remember in Lugia they were shipping Misty and shit for a while with Ash.
Oh, they're still doing that?
Well, they were going hard in that movie. That's what I remember in particular. Like they were going hard.
Because there's a girl that was close to Ash.
Yeah.
And she got within the 5-foot radius, so Misty was like, "No, he's my boyfriend."
But then I think there's a line in that movie. He's like, he's not my boyfriend. He's my burden.
God, I hope so. I have to rewatch it then.
I also like the villain, the Collector, who was just kind of strange.
Yeah.
I remember Jesse and James helped Ash in the movie to ride the boat or some shit.
Yeah. They were badass.
I thought the legendary birds were kind of cool.
I still like them.
I liked how they were just pissed off.
Well, because they
Yeah.
were being stolen. I like the idea of them having like their own special orb on an island.
Yeah, no, Entei was better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like thinking about the movies like, yeah, Entei was better.
Yeah, because I'm like, I can remember there's like a plot and arc and character moments.
You have-
Entei's trying to be a dad.
You have freaking Charizard versus Entei, which is that entire scene
Oh,
is
that's
badass.
fucking awesome.
You have that moment. They have that Kingdom Hearts moment. I remember that fucking was like it's like Kyrie writing in her fucking journal. It's like the little girl in her like fucking bed or whatever, all alone. Like what? It looks like straight out of fucking Kingdom Hearts. What the fuck is?
And then there's that scene where she like it's like a dream hallucination where she's like gotten older and she battles Ash in like this flower field, and I thought that was pretty.
The fucking underwater area with Misty where the whole fucking world flooded or whatever. I thought that scene looked pretty cool.
I need to rewatch this movie.
Me too.
I think visually on its own it looks fucking awesome.
No, because I don't remember that bit.
It was very short, to be fair. They cut it off because it was like, okay, let's go to Ash, the real main character. I liked how jumpy Totodile was in that movie.
Yeah.
He was very animated, even though he got his ass handed to him really fucking hard.
I mean, he really needs to evolve.
Then maybe not.
No. He needs to evolve twice.
Exactly. Back to back.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe there's not much to talk about the movies more than I thought that I would. Other than we like him.
I like Pokemon Forever when it's Ash goes back in time and meets Professor Oak when he's just a little boy.
Yeah, that was cool.
To be fair, that movie alone was the precursor to Arceus with the whole wind-up Pokeballs.
Yeah, that's true.
And I don't know how to feel about Raisin Celebi, if you remember that one, where Celebi just kind of like withers away and they're trying to feed it berries.
Oh god, that's kind of horrifying.
It's pretty horrifying. It also introduces the concept of like evil Pokemon, which was, I think, before Stadium? I don't remember.
Stadium?
Pokemon Stadium.
I know, but what do you mean? That one didn't have Shadow Pokemon. Are you thinking Coliseum?
Coliseum. Which was the idea of catching Tyranitar with the shadow ball or the dark ball.
Yeah.
It was an interesting idea.
That's fair. Let's just get into the meat and bones, what we really know, which is the Johto map sucks my fucking dick. Holy shit!
It's pretty weird. All things considered.
Hold on. I will become an odd Johto defender for a second. I think the map is fine until after the 4th gen, and then it becomes a fucking mess.
Yeah.
Just simply because it's just like, I don't know, man. You can do anything, kind of.
Not here.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like 5th gen through 7th has like the same level of Pokemon, so it feels like going through Gen 5 through 7 is kind of just a blur. The level curve's just kind of weird because of that. And it only gets worse as time goes on with it.
I don't think it's the worst map.
No.
Of the series?
Of the series, yeah. That being said, I really don't like it. Just because there's so... I don't know, maybe it's the way it feels, but I feel like there's a lot of tunnel and forest and river and all this shit.
There's a lot of open space. There's a lot of routes that you have to get through.
It's not the good kind, because all the caves and everything, they're extremely tight.
Yes.
I don't remember a lot of caves in Johto, to be honest.
Maybe
Mount Martyr?
It's the first one you go through.
Yes.
From Gym 1 to 2. Before the Slowpoke well.
Which is also another cave.
Oh, the Slowpoke. No, that one's not too bad.
It's the Slowpoke well and the one before the Slowpoke well.
Yeah.
What was the one before it? There's Dark Cave, but you don't technically have to go there.
It's not the Dark Cave. It's the other one.
It's the... I know exactly which one you're talking about. It's the one... it's after the first gym, and you have to go through the Dark Tunnel in order to get to that...
that one's not that long.
It isn't. But then immediately...
Like, I don't think... When I think of Johto, I don't think of caves, because they don't really come up that much.
Well, I think of, like, a multiple amount of, like, big obstacles. Tight, big obstacles you can't avoid.
Okay.
Cave is one of them. And then it's the forest with, where the Celebi shit is.
Yeah.
Which is a mandatory cut, which is another HM bitch.
Yeah. And you gotta catch 2 Farfetch to get it.
Yeah. Which is also a stupid thing. I hate that game.
Anyways, all these issues just kind of amalgamate to a bunch of, like... The map always feels kind of sluggish. And I think that's kind of always what I didn't like about Johto, is that it's always felt sluggish, because if you want to go somewhere, if you don't have fly, it's always like, ugh.
But I think that's also a problem like Kanto.
It's not as pronounced in Kanto, in my opinion. It is somewhat of a problem, but the routes are much like... I don't want to use the word open-ended, but there's ways to kind of like slither around a bit here and there. Just like for immediate example, if you want the only time you have to use Surf is if you want to go to Cinnabar Island. Meanwhile in fucking Johto, I think you have to use Surf like 5 times.
You have to use Surf to get to the 5th gym.
To get to the Dragon Temple.
Yes, you do. That's definitely... You have to get...
And use Whirlpool, so it's 2
God,
HMs.
I hate Whirlpool so much. I think you only have to use it once. What a worthless HM.
Twice if you have Soul Silver.
That's true, because you could... Yeah.
To get to Kanto, you also need to use Surf.
Do you?
Yes, you do.
Or even Elite 4 for that matter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, fucking shit.
At least the Elite Four in Gen 1, it kind of made sense because you're using everything that you had to go along with it.
Yeah.
But it's like, for this one, it's like, you can kind of clean it up a little bit better.
Although, to be honest, I don't mind the usage of Surf so much because it's actually a good move. Now, the usage of Whirlpool, fuck you.
It's bad.
It's a bad move.
It's just bad.
Just like how I feel about Cut, like, it's a bad move. Why do you make me have to put this on and you have to be like, no, you gotta talk to someone to take it out. Fuck you, HMs. Ugh.
I'm glad they're gone.
Yeah, me too.
But, yeah, just this sluggish feeling is not just with Surf, it's with anything. Because if Surf was the only problem, then Gen 3 would easily be the worst.
I was just about to say, like, we'll get there.
But, like, Gen 3, it's only that half of the map.
Yeah, it's like the last half.
Yeah, and Gen 2, it's everywhere.
I don't think
the Surf isn't everywhere. It's just that sluggishness of needing the HM and going to these tight corridors, like, of you have to do this long-ass fucking route. It's so, I don't know.
I didn't mind HMs as much. I don't think it's as bad as Sinnoh.
Don't get me wrong.
That's where HMs get really a little out of hand. The HMs never really bothered me in Johto. It's just more so like the pacing. Yeah. After the 4th gym just becomes kind of a nightmare because it's just like you can go anywhere and there's no pattern or reason and the level curves not exist anymore. Fuck you.
Let's not get into my least favorite just yet. Yeah, dude, the HM suck, right?
HM suck.
Yeah, HM suck.
Okay. And
to be fair, I think every single person who plays Pokemon will agree with that.
Yeah, whoever doesn't, I don't want to know them. Considering
that it took them until the most recent generation to be like, you know what? Let's just get rid of HMs, or for like the remakes, we'll just have a mysterious random Pokemon just do it for you.
Yeah, and like Brilliant Diamond.
Yeah. We'll just have this thing do it.
Just have a fucking Bidoof do it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about the towns in general and everything. Like, just kind of like the world of Johto.
The only one that like still hits home with me is probably Ecruteak.
That's usually the one that everyone's talking about.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's very like it has a style of its own. Like it's kind of traditional. Yeah, that's a good word.
To be fair, even in the real life Johto, in Shizuoka and the Nagoya area, people everywhere, even in Tokyo, refer that Kyoto is its own little magical world, unlike any other place, even in the context of Japan. And I think they really nailed it in the Johto games as well, where it does feel completely different from the rest of the... Even anything in Kanto, it looks completely different. And I think that really worked to its advantage. Because obviously it is supposed to be based off the real life Kyoto.
Yeah.
However, and then it's like, you zoom out...
Goldenrod's kind of neat.
It is... Okay, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but I kind of like Goldenrod more than Saffron.
Yeah, I agree.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. I think it does the bigger... Obviously, it is a newer game, but it does the bigger city vibe a lot better.
Considering that it does the concept of, like, the... If you remember this from Gold, which I think it's probably one of people's favorite moments, is that you have to dress up as a Team Rocket Grunt in order to go underground.
Yes, I do like that part a lot.
Yes, it's a fantastic idea. Considering that you have to become the Grunt whilst in Saffron, you just go to the tower. It's a climb, but at least in Heart Gold, you get to partake. You get to just kind of like feel what's going on. You get to have like that sense of not belonging. You get like a story behind it instead of like climb the tower, get to the big guy, and go home.
But I get this weird feeling when I'm in Goldenrod where I kind of like it. I kind of don't like it. Sorry, I kind of don't like it because like I feel like something like I got a list of this shit to fucking do. Gotta look for this spot. Gotta look for this spot. God fucking damn it.
Just play Voltorb Flip.
What do you mean?
Like it's what's the strange feeling that I'm getting? It's like I feel like I now have like a grocery list, like a laundry list of shit I gotta fucking do now. In Goldenrod, we're like, I gotta talk to this grunt member. I gotta get the bicycle here. I gotta do this. I gotta do this. I gotta do this.
There's not
like
too much to do though.
You have to get the little the thing for Sudowoodo. Fuck, I forgot.
The little
pail.
watering thing.
You have to get the bicycle.
You don't have to.
Well, let's be real here. Let's be real.
I mean, everyone's catching Sudowoodo. I mean,
you have to eventually dress up as Team Rocket. I know I'm going
to.
That's way later.
Yeah,
that's all story.
I know I'm going to have to come back later. I'm going to have to do the gym.
And then after that, you get the bike.
Yeah.
To be fair,
I gotta talk to Bill. I think.
No. You don't have to.
Okay. Or Bill's parents. Sorry.
No. No, that's actually post game. That's when he gives you an EV.
Okay. I don't know. There's a bad vibe. I think I also hate the route north to it. I fucking despise it for some reason.
Why? It's not that long.
I think I just hate the amount of like mid trainers.
There is a lot of trainers. I will give you that.
Yeah.
But
I will give you that.
But they're not at least like the very like challenging trainers that would give you XP. And it's not like Cerulean City where like they were very good for the purpose of grinding.
Yeah.
I felt I was already like good. Like I can already normally beat Whitney in hard gold pretty well off as it is already.
I need some help, so I appreciate those trainers.
Fair enough. And the shit that sucks is that, unlike in Cerulean City, you can just go south and you're good. You have to go north after Goldenrod, and it's like, fuck, I gotta fucking fight all these trainers. Then I gotta deal with the national park and everything. It's like,
I mean, you don't have to deal with the national park, I don't think.
Or
I didn't fuck with it.
I don't know. It's a bad vibe I get from it, I guess.
I don't know. I kind of just like Goldenrod because other than that and Eckerteeth, I can't give you anything different from like Cinnawood. I don't know. The 5th gym, at least it's different because it's by the coast and you have to surf to it. Other than that, I can't tell you much about the others.
What's the town or city with Jasmine?
The Lighthouse Town.
Oh, Alvendine Town?
I think.
It starts with no.
Yeah.
I hate the Lighthouse Dungeon so fucking much.
I get you.
That? Is it?
It's just a climb.
Yeah.
It's not.
It's kind of a boring climb with. I remember these trainers in particular were very easy and very boring, so they were always a slog to me.
I feel like a lot of Johto trainers are kind of like that because a lot of them are just kind of weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it kind of amplifies in the Lighthouse for me because that's all it is.
And a lot of like the after 4th gym, there's not a set level curve for this area or that area. They're all kind of similar because they have to be. Because technically, you could do like the 7th gym after the 4th if you like do a couple things, but you could also do the 5th, or you could just get the medicine and then do the 6th. It's kind of a mess.
It really is. It really is.
Like, I really dislike that part of the game.
I hate it. Yeah, I think I agree with you. I kind of remember the town with the first gym a little bit because that tower.
Violet Town?
I don't.
The tower is kind of unique.
Oh, the Bellsprout Tower. It is kind of unique.
But it is a slog to kind of get through.
It is.
But at least I remember it. I'll give it that. It is memorable in its own way.
I did not until you just said it. I totally forgot about the Bellsprout Tower.
That's fair. But I feel I get that the mysticism is better in the where you get Ho-Oh, that tower.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Burn Tower. Or not the Burn Tower.
Burn Tower is the one where you shoot all the Suicune and shit.
Yeah.
And then you fight the rival.
The tower.
Yeah, the other one. I think that one really inhibits that feeling a lot more.
It's annoying to go for hard gold because there's a lot of bullshit you gotta get up to. And you have to do it for hard gold. It's required for the story.
Yes. Honestly, though, I'd rather do it in the Whirlpool Caves. 10 times over.
The Whirlpool Caves?
Where you get Lugia.
Oh, I didn't fuck. I had hard gold, so I didn't fuck with it.
I'd much rather do hard gold.
Okay.
Much rather.
Okay. A good thing I chose hard gold.
Yeah. I don't know. I think this is a hard gold exclusive. I kind of like the cliffside area to the left of the gym. Of the 5th gym, sorry. There's like a cliffside area. I think it's exclusive to hard gold.
Are you talking about the place where you spot Suicune?
This is where you also get Kyogre in post game.
You got me there.
You got me there.
Anyways, I like that cliff area.
I know the Safari Zone's in the 5th city, or
Yeah.
left of it.
Yes, there's also that. Oh boy.
Blackthorn's, I guess, kind of cool.
Which one?
Gem City.
I don't like it.
I can't say.
Why?
I don't know.
I can't say I hate it. There's just not much about it that's like eye popping.
I hate getting to it.
Yeah. Because you gotta go for the ice path.
Yeah.
And the ice path's kind of annoying.
It's not like Lavender Town where I don't know. It's this kind of weird little area in Kanto that's kind of separated from everything. It's just it's whatever, and it's kind of annoying to get to. Like even worse than the Dark Cave in Kanto, whatever that one is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
I like the Draco Shrine and the fight in it.
There's a fight in there?
Yeah, it's actually how you get Claire's gym badge.
No, you talked to the older gentleman. He's like, yeah, you should get that gym badge. Stop being a bitch, Claire.
If I could say one thing, I think Johto has this really bad habit of kind of like stretching out the gym battles a bit too much, because they do it, if not 3 times, they at least do it twice.
What, with a gym leader being like not giving you the badge immediately?
Yeah, the first one that happens with is Whitney, and I fucking hate that.
Oh,
I hate
because she literally throws a tantrum and leaves, and
she
she's like,
doesn't leave. You walk out almost, and the other trainer that you fought before, Whitney's like, yeah, this happens all the time when she loses. You just come back to her, and then you come back. She's like, oh, okay.
Yeah, and it's like
Claire's worse because you had to go to the Dragon Shrine.
She literally throws a tantrum and goes talking to her elder.
Yes, and the elder's like, come on, dude. Do you want me to tell Lance on you? And she's like, whoa, hey, whoa, hey.
And like that's the biggest stretch where I'm like, okay, I get it that Claire looks fuckable, but God, I hate her personality.
I hate her Kingdra more.
I can at least deal with her Kingdra.
Kingdra's a bastard to deal with.
But it's nice to
before
have.
6th gen,
Yes.
where you could get Fairy on its ass.
yeah.
Look at me, I'm a water type that's neutral to defend the electric.
Man,
Fucker.
this is spilling a little bit into Hoenn, but having Ralts be a very accessible Pokemon in almost every fucking game makes dragons a fucking cakewalk now.
Yes.
Cause you can just moonblast them to fucking death at such an early stage.
Or Dazzling.
Or Dazzling. Fucking Christ. Anyways, that's gonna be in the Gardevoir chapter.
The Gardevoir podcast.
In the Gardevoir podcast and the Hoenn one. But
I can't wait.
Going on to Johto, I suppose.
Derek goes gaga over Gardevoir.
God. I want to
At
talk.
first, it's Derek being like, I like Gardevoir too. I'm like, I would fuck a Gardevoir up the ass.
But there's 2 areas I like from Hard Gold a lot.
Yeah.
And one's very insignificant and not even actually in the Johto region. But I like in the Kanto map, you can go on top of Mount Moon, and there's kind of like a little lake there.
Oh,
and
you can?
That's fair.
Yeah, and
Shit, I didn't
there's
know.
like a little house there. That's always the most interesting part that of all of Kanto.
Shit, I haven't gotten that part because
It's hidden.
Isn't that the part where you get the ultimate techniques? The Frenzy Plant fire thing?
That sounds right, but I don't actually remember. But I remember the map, and I always think that's always so interesting.
It's like near like a giant straight line, right?
Mm-hmm. Just the fact that you can go on top of Mount Moon, and that's fucking cool to me.
Yeah.
And the second one,
Snow Peak.
is Mount Silver.
Yeah.
Mount Silver's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty much one of the best end game areas, I'd say.
It really is.
In all of Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's like if you were supposed to use anything for like a final super boss, it might as well the peak of a fucking snowy mountain.
Yeah.
It's really, really aesthetically pleasing.
Even though I would still argue that Indigo Plateau is supposed to be Mount Fuji. People say Mount Silver is supposed to be Mount Fuji. There's a different mountain next to Mount Fuji that is the second tallest mountain in Japan, and I always kind of assume that's the one.
There's also like 300 snow peak mountains in Japan, so it's kind of your choice.
Yeah. Did it with Mount Coronet. Fuck it.
There you go. If it's a mountain and it's tall, it's gonna have snow. That's just Pokemon.
Yeah. But yeah. What about? I mean, I guess we already said the cities that are interesting. Which
Do you want to talk about the characters at all?
sure. Giovanni's cool in this game.
Yeah.
What? Where is he?
That's exactly.
He's
such a mystery in this game.
This gives me a good opportunity to bitch about Team Rocket.
Yeah,
Okay,
perfect.
Go for it.
I think it really does a disservice and even furthers the point that Johto is just kind of derivative of Kanto, where literally the evil team is just Team Rocket again going like, oh, Giovanni, I miss you so much.
Yes.
That's their whole plan.
Yes.
Their whole goal is like, please, Giovanni, come back from your cigarettes, please.
Come back with the milk, Dad.
Come on. We're using the radio tower. Come on. And they suck. Like even in the original Gold and Silver, there were no named admins. At the very least, Heart Gold corrects that and gives them named, and there's portraits.
There's like 3 of them, I think.
3 to 4.
Yeah.
There's like,
There's a red one.
There's the red one that's
The
just
green one.
implied to be Silver's mom.
Yeah.
There's the purple-haired one who's a fuck-up. There's
The kind of balding light blue one.
Yeah.
There's one with the hat.
Yeah. There's yeah. I think that was Adam or something. No.
I don't know.
I refuse the names.
Anyways, those guys. Yeah, we got faces now.
Hooray!
Well, we should have had something like Team Rocket, like the Jesse and James, but whatever.
God forbid.
Yeah, but
Butch and Cassidy.
even with the names, they still kind of suck because it's still like, again, it's Team Rocket crying that their boss is gone,
Yeah.
and that kind of blows ass.
I think it was better in Black and White 2, where at least there was a split in the team.
Yeah,
And
that's
kind of
interesting.
a more interesting thing. And I get maybe that could have really helped Team Rocket if one was more snipping for Giovanni and the other one was like, no, I'm the new guy. That's gonna run over and take over shit.
That would have been cool, but they just don't do that. Team Rocket is just a bunch of simps for their boss. That's all it seems to me, which is kind of lame.
Mm-hmm. I agree. At least they're kind of threatful, where they chop off the tails of Slowpoke this time. So
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess there's something.
I guess. And they also took over Radio Tower.
Yeah.
For what that's worth, and then you go to their base, and that's it.
I still think it's more scarier the fact that they were hiding behind Celadon City this entire time.
Yeah.
I mean, there's also Magni Town, which is a 7th gym with Bryce, where they hid under a souvenir shop.
That is pretty good.
Which is funny.
There was also the moment where Lance fucking kills a guy.
And he does.
Yeah.
I mean, I know he helps you on the Team Rocket.
God,
base.
that dungeon sucks ass.
It's so bad.
It's kind of a slog, yeah.
But it's the, if you remember Heart Gold, it's the moment where Lance basically tells Dragonite to use Hyper Beam on a guy. It fucking kills him. He dies.
I don't remember that part, and I just played that game.
Judge, jury, and executioner.
Yes. Lance does not hold back, even for civilians.
I don't know, the guy was Team Rocket, wasn't he?
Probably was.
That's what he said, probably.
Could be. The guy's like, I just fucking work here. I'm sorry.
I'm just a janitor.
That was in Pokemon Origins, yeah?
No, it was in
In the game? Oh,
in the game.
fuck, I don't even remember. I think you're right, though. That sounds familiar now that you mention it. Fucking Christ. The gyms. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, everyone. I think the face of Johto when it comes to the meme is Whitney.
Yeah, because she's probably the first roadblock.
It's weird because I've never had an issue with Whitney.
Same. I only know her through the memes.
Yeah.
When you choose a Kalava as a starter, oh boy.
I always did.
I mean, like, I think it's the milk takes the problem.
Of course.
Because
it's the rollout combo.
It's the rollout. It can heal itself beyond, like, using potions.
And milk drink, yeah.
And it can attract. It's such a nightmare to deal with. Which is why, for when I played Heart Gold, I specifically got a Heracross, which I had to grind up from level 5.
Yeah, that's rough.
Yeah, because a lot of also the issue of like Johto is like a lot of the wild Pokemon are just weak.
Yes, very much so.
Like I caught this.
That's true.
I caught this Pokemon in the second gym town.
You use Headbutt, yeah.
Through Headbutt, of course.
Yes.
Of course I did. It was level 5, and I had to grind that motherfucker up.
That's a pain. Yeah.
There's also a way to get a Phanpy very early on, and it's like early move pool from like level 3 is garbage.
I thought that was only crystal.
Is it?
Yeah.
I remember you were able to do it in gold as well. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
She's pretty manageable, at least when I picked out Chikorita, just because they're two kind of tanky Pokemon going at it.
Yeah, I could see that going fine. Plus, I don't know if Rock is unaffected with grass, but it's not super effective at least.
Yeah.
And plus, you can use Reflect.
Yes.
Which would probably be a very good thing on a Rock.
I just never had memories of Milk Tank being a problem when I compared to other people. But I'm assuming if other people say it.
I had problems when I played Gold and Crystal. That she was a menace for me. A menace.
Maybe if I had like a Pidgeotto, then it would have been a big bitch. But after that, it was probably nothing after that.
You know, I'll give Johto this. I think they have the best rival. I think Silver's actually pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
Silver's probably one of, if not the best rival.
Yeah, if not that, I would probably say Blue. But it's literally 1 and 2 right there.
I think Blue only maybe has some advantages because he is the first one.
The first one!
And
at least he became the champion, which is pretty cool.
Yeah. I like the little gimmick that Silver has at the very end. It's very poetic. Because what you find out is that he catches a Ghastly and a Zubat very early on. And at the very end of the journey, when you meet him at the end of Victory Road.
Like before Mount Silver?
No, at the end of Victory Road.
Oh, okay.
He has a Gengar and a Crobat, which means that he legitimately kind of came into himself and found a way to
trade the Gengar,
and also Golbat evolves through friendship. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of poetic that he started off as like this little bitch kid, and I was like, yeah, maybe I don't need to have my daddy problems show anymore.
Yeah, he developed a lot more thoroughly than Blue did.
Yeah.
I think Blue took a while. It took a whole game for him to finally be like, all right, fine, I'll stop being cringe.
Okay, you owned me hard enough where I respect you.
I will admit that I will admit that in Gen 2 is when I like Blue the most.
Yeah.
Considering like that's the moment when he learns, but I always did like a back in Gen 1, the idea that Professor Oak goes to see you when you become a champion, but he never goes to see Blue.
Yeah, it's fucked.
It's really fucked. But I'm like,
I mean, Blue probably just became a champion. Oak was there, so maybe he did.
It's possible.
That's true.
There's the little fan theories, like it's interesting.
Anywho, any other? I guess Claire is also the one that people talk about for more negative reasons more than anything.
Yeah,
Claire's a nightmare.
She's also a simp too.
People talk.
For Lance.
I guess people occasionally talk about Karen because she's the hot one that has dark types.
She is hot.
But
I also forgot her name was Karen.
I do. I remember.
It's a meme of the Karen memes. Yeah.
But Claire's a nightmare, at least for Heart Gold, because both her Dragonairs have shed skin.
That's pretty bad.
That's awful. They're pretty kind of fast. She starts out, I think, with a Gyarados. I could be. Yeah, she does. But the real problem is the Kingdra. Kingra's just hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Especially by
it has Hydro Pump, Smoke Screen.
It doesn't have a lot of weaknesses at the moment you play Hard Gold.
It's only Dragon, if I can recall.
Yeah.
And Ice.
No,
just,
because it's water.
Just Dragon. Which I don't have any Dragon types.
And you never will.
She was honestly the hardest gym fight for me in Heart Gold as of my recent playthrough. It's just
she was.
I had to like headbutt my face in her until I won.
I'm glad she's still manageable with like Meganium.
That's fair.
But
yeah, because at least Hydro Pump would do less.
Yeah. It's a slow match with Smoke Screen and everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can do it.
And at least Meganium could probably learn Light Screen, so that would make it easier too.
It's usually sturdy enough where I can feed it Hyper Potions, no problem.
Okay. Yeah, fair enough.
And still have some.
I think I won through a lucky crit of a solar.
I think it learns to make a Giga Drain or something. Anyways,
it should. If not, that
it should. But I won through a lucky crit. My Victor Bell used Solar Beam on it and then killed it. If I didn't get it, I probably would have lost that attempt. It was very close.
Fuck.
Yeah. Also, it doesn't help that after the set in the gym, like the level curve kind of becomes kind of a nightmare. Where, like a lot of the harder trainers are just like higher level than you. And there's not a lot of options to remedy that besides like grinding wild Pokemon. That's just a monotonous nightmare.
And then even the wild Pokemon are like so lower than you are, so the XP is awful.
Example, the nearest wild Pokemon near Blackthorn like 28.
Yes,
which is pretty bad. Like
at the moment, you should be at like your high 40s.
No, it's like high 30s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you should get to low 40s.
Because like Kingdra's like 41.
I keep forgetting the level scaling, considering you also have all of Kanto to do. That was always the difficult one for me.
And Kanto, most of the gym leaders are like 50s.
Yes.
Except for Jadmin, or Fuka's daughter, I should say, who's like early or late 40s.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was kind of a nightmare. Just that Kingdra. And it gets worse with Elite Four, especially Lance, where it's just like, oh, you have level 50 Pokemon, I have like 40s.
Yeah.
Fuck me, I guess.
I'll just grind out with the other guys before me.
Or just try my best. And thank God I had a choice scarf with my Maloswine, the lad.
Jasmine's cute, but I don't know. I guess she exists.
She is cute. She has a Steelix.
She is cute. One of my favorite bit is in Heart Gold, because I think in Gold there's no trainers at all, and it's just her.
Yeah,
I think so.
In Heart Gold,
her whole gimmick should be like you getting the medicine for Ampharos, and then that's how she fights you.
Yeah. In Heart Gold, there's like 2 people, and there's like exclamation points feeling like they're a fight, and they're like, "No, man, just go up to her."
that was always the weird.
That I thought it was funny, so I think that's
all
neat.
right. That's fair.
But Jasmine's kind of unremarkable. She's cute. You see her in Gen 4 though.
Thank God.
Can
I explain just how much I hate Mom in this one?
Oh, you don't
the
like
mom
the money?
meme?
The Mom meme.
I don't mind it.
Excuse me, Mom. I earned this money myself. Why are you using it to buy shit that I do not need?
Hey, she gave me a choice scarf after a while, which makes it totally worth it.
Yeah.
That and a muscle band. Like that's how I got those, and those have saved my ass. Like, sure, she gives me a lot of berries that I'm never going to use.
Ever.
Like, I don't care. Those 2 alone made it worth it for me.
Honey, I bought this thing on the Home Shopping Network. I think you might use it.
She also gave you Focus Slash at a certain point with a certain amount of money.
Focus Slash?
You know,
Focus Sash, I should say.
Devin, now that you mention it, I think Hard Gold is the one where I haven't felt bad for using Ho-Oh.
Real? Oh, yeah, I can understand.
Because of the games, like
yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, I just said fuck it. I'm just gonna use it and fucking actually have a battle.
Heart Gold's the one where I don't feel too bad using items because I'm like, fuck it. This is how I'm beating the level curve.
Yeah.
I guess going back to trainers.
But yeah, if those items were available in like the Pokemart or something, I would much rather just have my money than like Mom keeping it for me.
That's fair. Because, there's the phone calls, which at a certain point I stopped responding because they're the same message.
Those phone calls can get really fucking annoying. Oh,
yeah, God. I don't like the Pokegear that
much.
much.
Youngster Joey.
Come on! Let me just tell you the story of how I almost caught a Pokemon. I don't care.
Top percentage Rattata.
Did I ever tell you that my Rattata is the most top percentage Rattata of all time? Who the fuck is this? How did you get my number?
There's also that girl who hey, I'm talking on the phone. Okay, here's my phone number.
Yeah.
And then she constantly talks to you about her day every single day.
God, those are always like the weirdest things. I was like, hey, guess what? I caught a fish. Here's my phone number. By the way.
That guy. Yeah, I remember that guy. The guy that talks about his Magikarp all the fucking time.
Yeah, it's like that guy and then Joey who always like rave about their Magikarp and Rattata.
Any other, I don't know, when I think of Johto, I usually do think of Silver.
Yeah.
He is the man.
He is the man with a plan.
What about freaking...
Don't say Professor Elm, I swear to God. He's so lame.
God, I don't think anyone likes Professor Elm.
Professor Elm, yeah.
Professor Elm's lame. And also, he gets outshined by Oak because Oak gives you the Pokédex.
Yeah, that's true. Oh, God.
It's always the weirdest thing when...
I don't want to talk to the intern. I want to talk to the manager.
Exactly. It's always the weirdest when everyone talks about, like, the different ways of how, the Pokemon professor talks about, how things work in like the new system, where Oak is like all about the concepts of evolution and just like the number of everything. Rowan is
Evolution, I think.
Yeah, Rowan is evolution. Professor Oak is the number. Juniper is, it goes on. But like Elm is breeding.
Yeah, he's about eggs.
Yeah, he loves Pokemon breeding a lot, and it's like, dude, that's fucking weird.
I mean, I guess it makes sense because I think breeding was introduced in Gen 2.
Yes, it was.
So
as well as happiness.
It's fair to say, fair for that.
Staring down at the Pokemon fucking across his window.
Of course.
Yes.
Yes.
Anyway.
Oh god, the pseudo wudo. Yeah, use Harden. Professor Elm? Nothing.
I just got this Whaler and Skitty from home.
Oh fuck yeah.
Now I'm gonna film it.
Oh my god, Whaler
so,
and Skitty in the same egg group?
Are we trying to make Elm a sexual deviant?
You know,
well
I look at Professor Elm and I immediately get reminded of the dad from Full Metal Alchemist.
Which one?
Why?
The guy who fused his daughter and dog.
Oh, I thought you meant the dad. Yeah, I see it.
I see it. At least, oh Jesus. At least at least Elm doesn't do anything to that.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? They barely got away with 1,000-year door riding. There is no way in hell they would get away with that in Pokemon.
No.
Yeah, that's a little too fucked up for Pokemon.
Oh yeah. Hey, look, I mixed this human and Gardevoir.
Feels like something out of a ROM hack.
Professor Elm, whatever happened to Silver?
Their capacity for feeling is so much stronger now. I just chipped my nail, and they burst into pain.
Oh my god.
Jesus.
Cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out.
No. We'll fix it in post.
Pokemon. You throw the Pokeball and it goes dun. You know.
There's 30,000 different Pokeballs to use.
Yeah, you can mix up the ball capsules. I'm just gonna talk about my favorite part about Johto, which is the Pokélathon. I love little dumb mini games in Pokemon, especially when they're so thought out.
Yeah.
Same thing with the Voltorb fucking bullshit. Like those two games. Those two games are so much fucking fun, and I'm just like, fuck, man. Why can't there just be more of this?
Okay, I got a bitch about the Pokeathon.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
I really like the Battle Hall theme. I'll say that.
I had to do it because I wanted to get a Leaf Stone specifically for to get to Victory Bell.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I hate the mini games.
Oh.
Except for the standable ones are okay, because it's just a lot of clicking.
You play it for fun, not for.
I did. I just wanted the Leaf Stone.
That's why you go online and you find it somewhere in the wild.
But I will admit, Veltorb flipped pretty cool.
I love Voltor Flip.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
All that Pokélathon is great. All of it. I wish they had another mode like this in the future, but, you know. Oh well. Walking with Pokemon was already such a rarity as it is, especially with these amounts, so.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool with Heart Gold where they even follow you in the buildings.
It's
Yes.
really legit.
Yeah, in like Scarlet, they specifically say like, no, don't do that.
I kind of wish where, one of these days I wish Pokemon or Game Freak would just say fuck it, and let's just have all the Pokemon to accurate sizes and let them just break the fucking game. Just let them.
That's what they tried to do for Let's Go, where they tried to make them like accurate sized. Whereas like, oh, Onix is actually like towering, or like Arcanine is so big that you can ride on it.
Yeah, I do recall that. I thought that was kind of cool, but
That's still just like
Scarlet
really
kind of does that, at least with the small Pokemon, because there's some small motherfuckers in Scarlet.
The fact that they actually make Badoo and Roselia like ankle height, yeah, I like that a lot.
but
Yeah.
you know, the one that everyone likes to point to is what about Wailord?
It's so big.
Is the Wailer to size? No. Oh.
It couldn't work.
They did it once in Sword and Shield in the DLC, where you do see a Wailord in the distance you can't actually battle,
Oh.
and he actually is to size. But yeah, that's about it.
Well, that's just because all the Legwards we get were breeded from a Wailord Skitty, so it's just a compromised size.
So
Of
that's
course,
why
of
it's so
course.
small.
Of course, yes. There's actually a conservation effort to breed Wailords about that size, so Skitty and Wailord particularly.
God, kill me. Okay. What happens if we breed the Machamp and the Gardevoir? Will we just get a Gardevoir with 6-pack?
No, because they're not in the same egg group.
I wouldn't know.
I don't either. I legitimately never tried to do anything with the whole breeding concept.
Yeah,
I never cared.
I did.
Breeding
Egg
is
moves.
just
I get that, but I never cared enough to use them.
breeding just seems kind of tedious. It's kind of like how
It
I feel
is.
about shining hunting, but not as bad.
It is. Especially when you want to do egg moves with perfect IVs. It's,
Yeah.
God.
It takes a bit.
Whenever someone like explains to me like the concept of grinding out for like the perfect Pokemon, I'm like, yeah, I legitimately don't have the time or the patience for that.
But Derek, for me, that's the game. That's
I
what I'm
get
waiting.
that.
That's what I'm waiting for.
The
get that.
tedium is the fun. Really?
This is also coming from a person who loves grinding, by the way.
I don't know. I love the min-maxing of like your Pokemon and then sending them into the battle tower. That's so much fun to me.
And I hate competitive gameplay.
Well, it's the battle tower, not fucking. You know.
No, I know.
Yeah. Anywho, what else do we have? I think that's all the Pokemon that are, or all the Pokemon trainers that are worth noting.
I guess we could talk about Elite Four.
What about Eugene?
Oh, he doesn't matter.
I know. I was about to say.
It's kind of weird that you fight him last in Cinewood and he just fucks off.
Yeah, he's like, oh god, I really like Suicune. And then he leaves.
So fucking cool that you got close to Suicune.
I like. Oh yeah,
I smell it on you.
they introduced Steel and Dark in this gen, which is kind of significant.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But that's all I could say about it.
that's about it.
That's cool. It's been a minute though, so I'm kind of already used to Steel and Dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that Koga moved up to be an Elite Four. I
Four.
think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I don't like Lance as a champion. I think it's kind of, I don't know.
Yeah, because he says that he's dragon, but he's more of a flying
Yeah.
champion.
Really, yeah.
Yeah,
Well, because he has Aerodactyl, Gyarados,
Gyarados,
Charizard,
and then 3 fucking Dragonites.
Yeah, which are all of them are just flying type.
Yeah, and then if you have an ice Pokemon, I mean, besides Charizard, because I think it takes neutral damage to ice.
Yeah.
Dragonite,
look,
Dragonite's the
Hydrophone.
one pretty much.
Yeah, Dragonite takes 4 times 4.
Yeah, that's the one.
Just one ice fang and it's done.
Thank you, Mamoswine. Very cool.
They're very cool.
But yeah, no, I don't know. Lance never had that like.
The champion feel.
Yeah, he never had that champion feel. Kind of like Blue did. It was like this motherfucker.
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Lance has always felt like second place.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
I feel bad about that, but it's like I don't know. Like, there's nothing that I can say that I feel bad about Lance for, but it's like he's always second place in my heart.
Yeah. Even when I compare it to the other champions, like even like
Oh, fuck yeah.
like even so, I'm in the rare opinion that I think I prefer Steven as a super boss.
Yes, absolutely. I think
wow.
Wallace does great as like a final like champion,
Yeah.
but Steven as the super boss makes so much fucking sense.
Yeah, especially considering when Wallace kind of represents Hoenn pretty well as like welcome to fucking Waterworld, motherfucker.
Yeah. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that soon. But yeah, just Lance. I don't know, man. It's also the fact that he's a returning Elite Four member as the champion.
Yeah.
I don't know, man.
It really feels like, hey, Blue left, and then so did Red. Fuck it, you are the fourth. You take it. I don't know.
If I had it my way, if I could create my own fan fiction here, I think it'd be funnier if Lance was demoted to 8th gym leader and Claire was the champion.
Okay.
No.
I kind of like someone like Claire, who's kind of just like a selfish prick, or kind of like a stubborn prick being champion. I kind of like that.
But the whole idea for Claire is that she's just a giant simp for Lance.
Oh, I'm Lancing.
Oh my god, Lance. Oh.
Maybe that's why she wants to become champion. I don't know.
Yeah, she does say to you like, I could become a Elite Four.
Yeah.
Like she tells you that before you fight.
Which, to be fair, I don't blame her. I mean, in the very beginning, you still have to go against Bruno, and he's still a cakewalk.
It's Will, who's whatever. He's a psychic dude.
Yeah.
Then I think Koga, then Bruno, and then Karen.
Yeah. Like, I don't know. I think she has a chance.
The Elite Four. This is one of the weaker Elite Fours, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very much so.
Cause Will, he has like a Xatu. Oh shit, 2 Xatus.
Oh my god.
Oh god.
Does he has to have an Alakazam, right?
Maybe.
The strongest fucking psychic type. There's no way he doesn't have
Even
one.
Sabrina had one.
I don't know if he does.
Oh no.
He has a.
Told me he has something like no. Chime Echo's Gen 3.
Yeah.
Fuck. He doesn't have an Alakazam. The one.
He has a Jinx.
Ew. Will, come on.
He has a Jinx, two Zatus, and I don't remember the other two.
Oh man, what a bitch boy! Holy shit!
No wonder why he's won.
Wow, no Alakazam.
I kind of want Claire to take his place.
Hold on, I had to check this.
Yeah, go ahead and fact check that. Holy fuck, that's awful. But yeah, Bruno. You know, it's the same problem. Bruno has always been there.
Yeah.
Really, the real fun challenge is fighting Red.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what people think about as the real last challenge of Pokemon Heart Gold.
Especially because he's the one who starts off with the 3 starters.
3 starters: Pikachu, Snorlax, and I think Lapras.
Yes.
It's either Lapras or an evolution.
Yeah, he usually.
He has
fucks up
Espeon. It's Espeon, Snorlax, Lapras, the 3. Wait.
It's Pikachu, Snorlax, the
Yes.
3 starters, and then another
Either
one.
Lapras or Espeon.
Yeah.
I've seen them swapped out in fan art.
I think it's Espeon because he already has Blastoise. I don't remember.
Okay, here's the team, fellas. Xatu, Jinx, Executor, Slowbro, Xatu.
Ew.
No Alakazam.
Not even a
Wow.
not even a
Slow King?
Nope, it's just Slowbro.
What?
But Will,
No way!
Will, my guy.
Man.
That is
Slow King Gen 2? No? Ah, fucking hell. This
Dude.
is repeating your point, Devin, about how there's no fucking trainers with Gen 2 Pokemon, even though they completely could.
dude.
I mean,
that
Will has Xatu.
that team lineup just screams like 6th gym.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Like it's so easy to take out, and it's like fuck it.
Take the
Holy
shadow.
shit, Koga has more Gen 2 Pokemon than Will.
Oh,
He has
really?
Aridos, Venomoth, Fortress, Muck, Crobat.
He has a fortress.
Yep.
It's not
It's
poison
weird
type.
because this Elite Four sometimes has Pokemon's like, this is not my type at all.
Yeah, but it has a poison type.
Because Karen has a Vileplume, and that always messes me up.
That's kind
Why?
of weird.
I don't know. Because
Ew.
she has like an Umbreon, Vileplume, Gengar, Murkrow, Houndoom.
That's not even dark. What the fuck?
I guess at that point they didn't have that many dark type Pokemon.
I guess so.
Fuck. Well,
Aesthetic and music.
oh yeah, I can get into that. Side contact post game kind of talks about that.
Yeah.
So, I think the aesthetic is okay. I still prefer the Gen 3 one. I think the music has always... Gen 2 has always been the weakest in music
It's
for me.
pretty bad. I actually went through the soundtrack. It's not great.
Yeah.
Heart Gold soundtrack?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the soundtrack's too impressive, but it's certainly Pokemon. It's fine. It's serviceable.
I think Gen 1 does a better job of having that Pokemon feeling with some of the places, but I think Gen 2 could really use that Let's Go treatment.
Yeah.
Because I like, it sucks, but I have to say, I don't even like the champion theme
No.
or
Lance's theme
the
sucks.
gym leader theme.
I don't.
Yeah, I don't like any of the fucking themes.
There's like I said, there's only one, and that's the Battle Hall theme. If you don't remember it, I'll play it in the video.
Yeah, the only one I can think of that I like is maybe the Ecruteak.
I don't even like it.
City theme.
Like I thought, it's funny because I went back to that one specifically, and I'm like, oh, this sounds a lot worse than I remembered. Because how I remembered it was if you remember like the maiden dance, I thought that was Ecruteak's theme.
Oh.
No, it's actually a lot worse.
That's fair.
Like, oh man.
I think I like the Route 1 theme. Maybe that's what I can say. I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
probably.
okay, you knew it. Okay, cool.
Especially in Heart Gold, which is just a lot better because there's actually more instruments.
Yeah, that's probably the one soundtrack that I really like. Yeah.
Track, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I kind of like the remix to the Kanto Gym Leaders. But yeah. Anyways,
Oh, I see what you mean.
I guess aesthetic never really cried to me that much.
No, only like Ecruteak really screened aesthetic.
Yeah.
Like that really stood out to me.
In fact, when it comes to when it comes to design wise, I think you pointed it out in the last one, where it's like they literally downgraded Lavender Town.
Yeah.
It just becomes a tower, and it's like, you know what? We'll
That's
just
fucked.
we'll put the entire cemetery in the corner.
Yeah, like they put a radio tower.
Yeah.
And it's just like, Jesus Christ.
That's kind of fucked up.
I guess if we're talking about post-game content.
Yeah.
All of Kanto. That's pretty good.
It's really good.
It's cool.
It's really difficult to kind of, I guess, grasp a rating scale on a whole fucking region.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I say, I if you can do it if you want, which I think is kind of cool. I think it's kind of cool going back to an old region to say, fuck it, I'm gonna do the whole thing.
And there are some differences.
Yeah.
Although a lot of them just like, fuck, I can't go that way.
Yeah.
I kind of wish there was a bigger time skip. I think that'd be more interesting. But,
Yeah, because it's only like 3 years.
yeah, I think if you went like 10 years, that'd be very interesting.
Oh yeah.
But you know, is what it is, I suppose.
Yeah.
When it comes to the Kanto stuff, I will always say that Gen 2 really does a good job as being the sequel to Gen 1.
Yeah, in that regard.
Yeah.
I think everyone said it that they wish there was like a game where you can go to all the regions.
I
I feel like that'd be too much.
I love the response from the creator of Pokemon, where it's like, could you imagine how terrible that would be? Like
level scaling.
Yeah, imagine the scaling, the composition, and then just everything that goes along with like what kind of Pokemon should be going where, and how all of that would fit into one giant world. It is near impossible to do.
I talked about this with Devin a bit. I don't know if you were here for it, but my suggestion has always been do only Gen 1 through 4 since they are kind of connected to Japan as a whole.
Yeah.
And have 4 different, make it a collection where you can play Pokemon 1, 2, 3, and 4, like Diamond, Pearl, whatever, and they're all separate save files. And you can cross over into any of the other ones as post-game content whenever you want.
Okay.
And honestly, I think that's probably the best way to go about it, because any other way it would end up being a fucking mess.
But Hector, multiple save files, they just can't do that.
Especially not in Pokemon.
They've already done it because you can technically make a new Nintendo Switch profile, and
That's like a workaround.
Yeah.
Really.
yeah, it still works. It works just as efficiently as a save file. But yeah, it is that is a problem though. But yeah, no, that's always been my alternative to it. But I don't know. Game
It
on.
seems a bit more palpable than like all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I because Gen 1 through 4 are very self-contained because they're only linked up until that point, and I think there's a cutoff at that. Like, you don't need to. There's no new evolutions. You have to worry about. That's it. 1 through 4, you're done.
Yeah.
Maybe add Mega Evolutions if you want to get fancy, but that's it. Then you move on to Gen 5 and it's its own thing. You move on to Gen 6 and they're more interlinked and there's kind of tiny. Like, yeah, that starts to become a problem. But you can definitely get away with it with those first 4 gens. Anyways, anything else for Johto? Because my breath is running out. And
I'm kind of surprised we didn't talk as much about the Pokemon.
there's not much to talk about, man. Like,
There's not that big of a roster.
I mean, okay. Like,
There's 100 new Pokemon.
Not some that just don't even matter.
That's true.
Like, okay, legendaries, I think they're pretty good ratio-wise, honestly. I think all three dogs are good.
They're great.
Maybe I don't love them.
I don't know about Raikou, though.
I like Raikou.
I like Raikou.
I can always say I like Raikou.
He's a good 6 out of 10 Pokemon for me. I like him.
But he has nothing on Entei.
No, and
To
frankly,
be fair, I always like Suicune more.
Really?
Yeah. I like sleekness. I like cleanness.
Entei mustache is too good.
I get that. He also has a freaking mullet, but I never understood what the fuck he was, considering he's a dog, but he looks like a lion.
Dog lion.
Dog
I
lion.
Fuck, I was about to say that.
But Raikou is technically supposed to be a dog, but is a saber-toothed cat.
Yeah.
He's a weird boy.
Ho and Lugia, 2 solid ones, I'd say.
I still don't like Ho-Oh's design a lot, but I get it.
Ho got robbed, never got his own movie.
Feels bad.
No.
Well, it's called Pokemon Episode 1.
The
I
golden
guess
Ho-Oh.
so.
Celebi's cute.
It
Yeah.
is.
I think I would even say Celebi is better than Mew.
Yeah.
But Mew's iconic.
So is Celebi.
Is it?
It is.
Oh.
But I guess it is in Gen 1, so it's not as iconic, just by
Yeah.
default. Yeah, I mean, Dunsparce's a meme?
Dunsparce is a meme.
It's a meme.
It's not great.
Dog, we got Delibird.
That's
Yeah,
true.
that's also another meme.
I was waiting for like Delibirds and then crickets.
Noctowl, we talked about.
Noctowl's okay. I used one currently. I'm using one currently in Heart Gold, and it's fine.
Yeah.
Babies, we kind of just
I
said
hate the babies.
put them in the baby corner, and there's a lot, and there's like I think like 10 babies or some shit.
We get Meryl.
That's true. We get blue. What they call it?
Peekaboo.
Peekaboo. That's what they called it.
I thought Meryl was a Gen 1.
Gen 2.
Gen 2.
Shit.
Yep. It's Meryl.
I thought
and
Azumarill and the pre-evolution, which is Gen 2.
Azumarill is Gen 3.
3. Azumarill is Gen 2.
It's weird. It's weird.
It's Meryl and Azumarill, and then later Hoenn gets Azumarill.
Jesus Christ.
It's awful.
I didn't. Fuck me.
Because I remember using Azumarill in my Gen 3 playthrough.
Wow. Okay. Now I know.
Mm,
I like it, Meryl and Azumarill for what it's worth.
They're cute. They're eggs.
whatever for me.
I mean, I like Azumarill because of huge power. So
Unknown are kind of weird. I'm still waiting for the day they do something with them.
I
Unknown
fucking hate
suck.
Unknown.
Unknown sucks.
The only reason why I like Unknown at all is because they're interesting in the Entei movie.
Yeah.
And they actually developed a technical language for Pokemon, considering it's actually kind of fun to decipher which Unknown are which. But other than that, the concept of catching, 30 of them?
Something like that.
Is fucking awful.
I never did it and never will.
And you have to do it for like this side quest in Gen 4, whether it's like Pearl or Platinum, in order to like expand the cave. And it's like, I've never heard of something more in my life.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for them to do something with the Unknown. I feel that it's a cool concept of like all these fucking alphabet fucking Pokemon have this mysteriousness around them, but they never do anything with them besides just catch them all of them, idiot.
However, I am kind of intrigued and surprised that for a Japanese-made game, they decided to use the English alphabet for it.
That is true.
I would kind of... I know that this is me going out there. I would kind of like to see what
in Unknown.
yeah, like Hiragana and Katakana, like Unknown would look like. It'd be cute.
That'd be funny. I'm thinking about like ones like Ka, which would look completely fucking stupid.
For some reason, it has like that levitating on it.
Oh my god.
Oh, especially with all the fucking 10 as well.
Those are the eyes.
Ew, I hate that. No, that have to be the
like a one separate eyeball.
Yeah, no, that would have to be the P ones.
Yeah. But
yeah. I don't know what that specific circle's called.
I forgot to. Zato was cool in Mystery Dungeon.
Who?
Zato. It could see into the future.
Yeah.
Ladybus sucked.
Gyarados also sucks.
God, I forgot about that. Ladybot and Ledian.
Oh god.
Scizor's
I have an idea.
Scizor is cool again.
I have an idea. I have this fantastic idea. Let's give a Pokemon that's flying and bug a steel type move.
Excellent.
I win.
What are you talking about? Yagmo?
No, Ledian.
Oh.
Its signature is Bullet Punch.
Isn't that a priority move too?
Yes.
That's pretty cool.
Phanpy is cute.
It's super cute.
Phanpy is really cute.
I swear to God, when it was introduced into the anime, I nearly cried because it was so cute. The Phanpy.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's cute. And then it evolved into Donphin, and I'm like, ooh, I want that. I want one of those.
It needs spikes on its fucking trunk and everything.
It does
cool.
now.
Yeah, with great toss.
Hey, that's cool.
Except I hate the freaking the treads, whichever the paradox one is.
Iron treads.
It looks terrible.
Good thing I got Scarlet.
Give me the tusks. Trade me. No.
Yeah, Gen 2's always been kind of the weaker one with Pokemon for me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I can't think of anything else that I want to that I really want to comment. I mean, Pineco. Oh fuck.
Yo.
Oh.
Yo. I like
Quillfish. Oh.
Quillfish
Wait a
finally
minute.
got an evolution.
Wait a minute. We got the most important one. Fucking Wooper and Quacksalver.
My boys.
I didn't even talk about Mareep and its evolution. Then.
Oh, I love Ampharos.
Yeah, now I remember
Meryl.
Jumpluff is kind of cute.
Jumpluff's kind of cute. Kind of bad, but it's cute. Meryl's pretty cool too.
Yo, we get Sunflora.
And Suncurrent, the weakest Pokemon to ever live.
Yes. Yo, we also get Blossom.
It's all right.
I know.
I like
There's
Vileplume.
literally no difference between there's no beating Vileplume.
Vileplume tops.
I'm trying to think of something for Gen 2. I don't know, man.
Magcargo. And Slugma.
All right, this is
You get the
Slugma
jokes.
all right. That's where we'll end it off.
But guys, we gotta rank it.
I guess I'll go in the last impression section.
Yeah.
So I think me and Devin, I recall I don't know, but I forgot what Derek said, but we definitely ranked Gen 1 as kind of like the middle.
Yeah, like the fifth best.
Yeah, it's somewhere in the middle. Derek, do you agree with that notion still? Or?
Yeah, I'm willing to put it there.
So what about Gen 2?
Probably.
It's definitely in the lower half.
I will put it one below Kanto, but it may change as we go on.
I might be with you there. If anything, it's probably going to be 3 or 4.
Like 3 or 4 worse?
Out of 9?
Out of 9, is it your third favorite, or are you implying it's your sixth favorite?
That it's
in sixth place.
Third lowest.
Okay, so it's not like sixth place
Yeah.
out of 9.
If we're going to like top 9, I suppose. I guess I'm going bottom up. But yeah, I'm willing to put it right next to Kanto, where it belongs.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most appropriate place to put Johto.
Considering that when it comes to actual Johto fans, you're not going to get a lot of them who are like, no, I don't like the Kanto part.
Yeah. Oh, he's thinking.
It's my least favorite of all time.
So there's two that I definitely like less.
Okay.
Yeah, me too, absolutely.
I'm trying to, and there's kind of a battle going on right now with the other with whether or not it's worse than the other one.
Ooh, you have 3 wolves fighting inside you. That's a war.
You're getting spit roasted by 3 wolves.
No. Getting roasted by 3 mighty Annas.
I always love that meme where it's like the dark wolf and the white wolf. It's like, inside you there are 2 wolves. One is gay, the other is gay. You are gay. I love that one.
What a discovery.
Hurry up, I want to get to Gen 3.
I don't know. I guess for now, I'll put it like... it's probably better than my least favorite, which is Gen 6.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think Gen 6 might be one of my least favorites. As of right now, that might change it when we actually talk about Gen 6.
Right.
It's better than Gen 4. Yeah.
Ooh, that hurts.
Only because I like Hard Gold as a whole.
I know.
But honestly, Johto alone, if it didn't have the quality of Hard Gold, it would definitely drop fast. And it's currently fighting with Gen 7.
I have a lot to say about Gen 7 when we get to it.
I need to replay Gen 7 before we get to it.
I don't.
I feel firm on my opinions. I might have changed. I'm certainly... And Derek's like, no, I haven't.
Yeah, I'll put it somewhere there. It's currently fighting with Gen 7, and maybe I'll finalize it when we get to that gen.
I mean, you can always change your rankings if
Yeah.
things change. Because I put it tentatively for now below Kanto, but I could change.
Out of the 8 I played, for now, I'll put it below Alola. For now.
Okay.
Okay.
But that may very well change. So what is that? 8th, 7th, 6th place?
Okay.
6th place for now.
Same for me.
Yeah.
Just 6 out of 9.
Fuck. Then again, my opinion might have changed because of Legend of Arceus. But anyways, let's move on.
Does that count?
I'll count it.
Okay.
Ish. Yeah. Whatever. Anyways, anything else you guys want to comment on with last impressions of Gen 2?
What's the most fuckable Pokemon?
No.
We've done this conversation off screen already, so we can avoid it on the podcast.
Yeah. Man, this one's so much more normal than the Kanto one.
Yeah, it really is. Now that you put it into perspective, there's no weird like Mr. Minds.
Thank God.
What I mean is the conversation.
Yeah. Yeah.
I didn't go insane this one.
No Vaporeons in sight. But actually, let's talk about the thing that we did last time, which is what's your most and least favorite from this gen?
Oh shit, gotta look it up.
That's hard, actually.
I think I immediately know my most favorite, and that's Mr. Vis.
That's fair.
Mr. Vis is pretty good.
My least favorite, though,
Tangela.
again,
Another one.
don't worry, Gen 4 will exist.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get back to that.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I actually forgot. Oh, that's right. Lickitung. This one exists now.
I thought
Isn't
look
that
at that was Gen 1.
It's Gen 1.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, Crobat's... You know what? You go ahead.
Ooh.
Crobat is your least favorite?
No, Crobat's my favorite.
Oh, okay.
That's not
You guys can keep
bad.
going. I'm thinking about my least favorite right now.
Oh, God. Now I have to find my least favorite.
But yeah, Crobat's a good choice.
Also, not Chanmeiko. Chinchou and Lantern.
Oh yeah,
Those exist now.
they're cool, I guess.
Oh, how am I even forgetting this? My favorite one's Espeon.
That's a good choice.
I thought you'd be more of an Umbreon guy.
No, I love Espeon.
Oh, I'm gonna Umbreon.
It's funny too because Espeon's just like truly nostalgic. Just because every single time that I caught an Eevee and then like tried to evolve it, it was always during the day.
Okay, that's
Like,
fair.
yeah. Least favorite?
It's always hard thinking about your least favorite because you got to pull from a different area where that you don't think about them too much.
It's the probably one of the babies, or if not, just Pupitar, just because it looks fucking ugly.
It's not a bad choice.
I'll just say... fuck it, Smoochum. Smoochum sucks.
I think Smoochum is better than Jinx. So
It is. It is better. I still don't like it. No, wait. No, perfect. I changed my mind. Stanler. It sucks. It sucks so bad.
I get that. I don't
Like,
think
at least the baby Pokemon, like Stanler, I hate even if I don't have a big reason beyond. Like, the baby Pokemon, I don't like because they're baby Pokemon. Stanler, I don't like because it's just ugly
Can I
and
see the
useless. Huh?
Can I see the decks? Oh god, I forgot Corsola exists.
that's fine. Oh yeah, Skarmory is cool.
Skarmory is very cool.
I might change my answer. No, depends what day, but I think I'll stick to Mr. Vis. And Blissey exists.
Thank God.
Put it right in the Blissey.
Bruh.
Yeah.
Igglybuff. Because I don't have anything else that's really out there.
You know what? That actually, I might go with how stupid fucking Ladybug looks. Or Ladian.
You know what? How about just Croconaw?
Yeah. Yeah, let's do Croconaw.
Croconaw because it's so easy. Let's
do Croconaw.
It's low hanging fruit.
Yeah.
I think Stanler offends me more,
That's fair.
personally.
At least you don't have to deal with Stantler in order to get to a better Pokemon.
I guess so. But Stanler, that's all it is.
Unless you play Arceus. and
Unless
then
he
you
plays
have
Arceus.
Yeah.
And then it becomes kind of cool.
to- It gets better.
Yeah, it gets better.
There's already a better deer in Gen 6.
Yeah.
The one on the cover.
Oh!
Oh.
For a moment when you said deer, I was like, I think it was Deerling, but I'm like, no, that's not Gen 6.
I was gonna be like, what? Saucepuck? Really?
Yeah.
I mean, I like its gimmick.
I like Deerling.
Yeah, that's cute. Yeah, I think everyone said their most and least, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, cool. All right, any last impressions you want to talk about Gen 2 other than, yeah, it's cringe as a whole?
I used to be a big supporter of Gen 2 being base, but let's just say I grew up.
I'm going to give Johto a Typhlosion out of 10.
That's fair.
I get it.
Bring back Pokelathon mini games and
Don't.
walking with Pokemon.
Walking Pokemon, absolutely.
Both.
But if you're gonna bring the Pokeathon mini games, make them good.
They are good.
I had to use the touchscreen. They're so I hate it.
I hate using the touchscreen on the DS. Ooh.
I would rather fight Claire with only Gyarados than play this fucking piece of shit.
I don't know, man. That sounds hell. Honestly, I would rather. If I had to do the Pokeathon for 2 hours, I might be considering doing that Aerodactyl thing, honestly, because it's tedious nightmare for me.
Skill issue. Anyways.
L plus ratio plus skill issue plus you fell off plus
Plus you're white.
Sucks. Okay.
Last impressions, Derek.
I still like it. It's definitely not my favorite though. And honestly, I can't say I'm aching to go back and play it anytime soon.
Mm-hmm. Maybe a remake could really help it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it could definitely help. Like EXP, modern EXP alone could like remedy so many of Johto's issues.
Oh yeah, especially if they remake the map like Arceus style. I could definitely see myself liking the game a lot more.
Maybe.
If they just remake it like, even if they did try to, well, I don't know. I have my own issues when it comes to like Arceus and
We'll get to those in Gen 4.
and Scarlet and Violet.
Okay.
But
But
Arceus is a Gen 9 game. They said so themselves.
It's clearly just a precursor to Gen 4.
But honestly, I'm not too passionate talking about Gen 2 as a whole though.
No.
Because Gen 1, I'm not. Even though I'm not passionate, it is kind of a face, an icon.
It's iconic.
So there is stuff to talk about in Gen 1.
Right.
Gen 2 is definitely the middle child that gets forgotten. If you want to put it into perspective.
It's the second child that's a little younger than the first child that's trying to be like the first child because the parents really wanted that again.
Yeah.
That is Johto.
It's called
Johto.
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 Pokemon Johto.
I was trying to do the One Piece like yo ho ho. We took a bite of gum gum. Yeah.
Hey, it's January. We can't do a Christmas thing anymore.
Oh well.
Fuck you, it's January.
All right. So I'm kind of ready to move on from Johto.
Me too.
I am too.
All right, guys. Thank you for joining us and talking about Johto. Next time we'll be talking about the more exciting and I would say the more passionate.
Yeah, probably the one that that maybe Derek's probably the most hyped to talk about.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
At least one of them.
I think I'll even if it may not be my favorite at the moment, it's definitely the one that I think I have the most to talk about.
I will certainly talk more about it than Johto. I can guarantee you that much.
So we'll see you guys in the Hoenn one, and bye.
Bye.
Cut that out.
Yeah, cut that out.
Cut out the bye.
Cut out the outro entirely.
Perfect.
Just cut me out when I'm about to say bye.
And